Hi, this is Steph with Belladonna Dyes, and today we're going to over dye this watercolor baby doll dress. You remember this one? The preparation for an over dye or a re-dye is exactly the same. You guys know that I use Millsoft, so I need to get that out. So I had to pre-wash this, and then I wasn't quite ready to dye it right away, so I dried it. And then you have to soak it in soda ash, but you need to soak it in its very own soda ash container. You do not want to stick this into your soda ash bucket because the dye that's already in the project will leach out and contaminate your entire bucket. You'll have to toss that out and make new. So all I did was take one of my totes, pull off enough of the soda ash to soak it in, and then I just get rid of it. Or I keep it and then I can use it for reverse dyeing. So now I'm just working on scrunching it up. So I was gonna just scrunch it right back up, and I realized I'm running back into the same exact problem that I had the first time because this is a really thick gauzy material and the dress has a lining. I had to come up with a different way to scrunch it. So I did a ripple on it, and it's going to work out really great. I'm securing it by using the rubber bands. Probably didn't need to do that because I am going to stick it in my over the sink strainer. But, you know, if I don't get to the project right away, the rubber bands are going to help hold it all together. And I'm calling these rubber bands my favorite rubber bands, Purple. And there are links down below in the description box for them if you're interested in getting them for yourself. Go ahead and check that out. There's a lot of tie-dye tools down there. Just makes it easy for you to find. So what I'm doing right now is I'm adding ice to my project because I'm going to be doing a dye over ice. So when you see it abbreviated in the Facebook group, DOI, that's what it means, dye over ice. DUI, dye under ice. And as I'm adding my Pribcho ice is from my large ice machine, and this is really good fresh ice. It's not all freezer burned and doesn't look like snow, but even if it did, it wouldn't matter. I'm making sure to add enough ice to where I'm not seeing a lot of the fabric showing through. I want to find a happy balance. I want it well covered, but I also don't want so much ice that it's just going to completely dilute the dye. Now it's time for the fun part. We get to add the dye, and I'm starting off with the Misty Rose because I feel like it might balance out the original dye that's on it. And if you didn't see the first original tutorial to see how we got to this point, I recommend that after you watch this, you go check that out so you understand why I'm over dyeing it. And boy, some of you had some very visceral response comments, and I ended up erasing quite a few of them because I just don't want the negativity on my channel, you guys. So I'm adding also some purples into this because I want to cover up some of those areas that a lot of you were very unhappy with. Now I give it a quick little sprinkle of soda ash for good measure and set it aside to let the ice do its thing. So it's the next morning, and I've got decent saturation on the front and the back. But as I'm opening up the pleats, I'm looking in there and I'm thinking, ooh, I don't know. There are some pretty, not good looking colors in there. So what am I gonna do? I don't know. I mean, can you see my brain in action with my hands? So, do I stop? No, I'm gonna keep going. Let's add some more dye and see if we can make this look even better. I haven't washed the dress out or anything. I'm still continuing on. All I did was set the tote out of my way. That way I'm able to work with it. And once I get it opened up, I'm looking at it and it's like, it's not that bad, but I'm gonna keep going. So when I originally did it, I had the top side of the dress up. Now I have flipped the dress over so the back side is up, and I'm going to be adding the dye to the back side. I want a little more saturation on the back. Make sure to clean off your table. You don't want to set your tote down in all that dye, because when you move your tote to somewhere else for it to batch, you don't want to have it like cross-contaminate all over your house. I added another layer of the procion ice, and now I'm adding my dye. And Thistle Blossom and Mulberry are both special order dyes from Dharma Trading Company. And if you don't want to buy 5 pounds of dye, you can go over to the Facebook group Tie-Dye Supplies Marketplace. There are a lot of wonderful people in there selling smaller quantities of the dye. Mulberry to the rescue, you guys. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite colors. Another quick little sprinkle of soda ash for good measure, and then set the project aside and let it batch for 24 hours after the ice melts at 70 degrees or higher. This dress ended up batching for the full 48 hours. But you see what I mean about Mulberry? Do you remember what it looked like when I first opened it up to flip it over? It was still pretty drab looking. Now it has some bright, vibrant pinks and purples that a dress should have. So for the rinse out, you want to start by using cold water. That's going to rinse away any soda ash that might still be reacting within the fabric, and then increase your water up to hot and rinse until the water runs pretty much clear. From here, I take it to the washing machine and I do hot water cycles using Kirillon. That's a professional textile detergent. And then I like to do a final hot water cycle using Millsoft, and Millsoft is a professional fabric softener. And then I'll put it in the dryer, and for this, because of the gauzy material, I didn't need to iron it. And I will take photographs and we will come back and we will see the results. Well, here it is, guys. Here's our watercolor baby doll dress re-dye after it's been washed and dried, and I think it turned out really good. Now, originally I wanted this to be a very light and airy and springtime looking dress. Now it's much darker, the colors are a lot heavier, but it's more aesthetically pleasing in my personal opinion. Now, I'm showing you the difference in the materials. Like, look at the lining of the dress. Now, that is absolutely stunning to me. So what a difference fabric can make. I've learned a lot by dyeing this dress. I mean, that is just so beautiful. The gauzy material just doesn't take the dye and flow as similar as like on a t-shirt, or this is more like a linen type material. So yes, the dress is beautiful and I'm happy with it, but I think next time I'm going to try a different type of pattern because it just doesn't watercolor like other things do. But overall, I'm very pleased with the outcome. So what do you guys think? Is this an improvement or what? Please leave me some comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up, and click the bell and set it to all. That way you get notified of future uploads. And remember, have fun tie-dyeing!